I don't know what I'm supposed to do here other than just thank you all for coming and talk about how excited I am to be a part of these historic television tapings in Atlanta. Obviously, many of you know the historic significance of what we're doing, but you know, as the world's champion, I get to speak somewhat for the brand and for everyone, but I'm just going to speak for me and say that I didn't ever think that I would be in a position to be at the forefront of the return of something so significant, and for it to be done in such a poignant and in many ways beautiful fashion. So for me, this is almost surreal because I didn't ever consider this as an option. You know, like many people, we saw the NWA almost as a brand that had a past and a history, but not a current situation. Hey, come over here, talk to the people. As you can all see, my son's with me, and that in itself is somewhat symbolic because to many fans, the NWA represents a part of their childhood. You know, I've been coast to coast and across 4 different continents as the defending world champion, and I get so many fans, particularly in this part of the country, who tell me stories about how their fondest childhood memories were sitting on their father's lap, or their grandfather, or their uncle, or their, you know, and they're watching Georgia Championship Wrestling, or they're watching Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, they're watching Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, the Four Horsemen, you know, and the list goes on. And so for us, I'm fortunate to be able to have my son with me because he can now have his own memories, and I hope that we can help create some memories for the next generation of people. So maybe 20, 30 years from now, his generation will get to tell someone, I sat down with my dad and watched the NWA studio wrestling from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Hey, this is Holly. Already, come on, ready. Hey, what's up, players? This is WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I just want you to know that you're watching the Jeffrey Show Live, and that's real talk, players.
This is Jeffrey Taylor from Jeffrey Show Live. I'm here with the NWA Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis.
What's up?
How you doing? You are sharp, man.
Hey, always.
You're like the sharpest man in
Well,
professional
listen.
wrestling. Seriously.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, but that's the job requirement as the NWA World Champion.
You know, I think that the legendary Ric Flair still get his, but Nick, you're coming for it.
Hey, look, ultimately, you know, Flair is an icon, and part of the reason is that he made the effort. You know, you go the extra mile.
Yes. I talked to another athlete. He said you've been the face of NWA for 2 years now. How does that feel?
It's great, and I can't wait to make it the next 10 years. Wow. You know, ultimately, this is what I got into this business to be. You know, the face of a brand, face of a company, carry the business forward as the world's champion, and this was the first chance I really had to do it my way and do it in a way that I thought was desperately needed in this business at a time where we're celebrating mediocrity and we're, you know, celebrating all these guys who look like a next door neighbor, you know, and want to glorify that. And there's nothing wrong with that as a novelty. But, you know, ultimately this is the phrase sports entertainment came along as a necessity, but we want to put the sports back in sports entertainment. And part of being sports, is that you got to carry yourself like a professional athlete and be celebrated as such and taken seriously as such. And that's what I intend to do, and that's what I've done as the world's champion.
There was a few announcements that was made. Power. Power. It's coming.
Power of power.
Well, we have some tapings that's happening here in Atlanta, but nevertheless, we have official date. YouTube, Facebook, available everywhere.
Wait till you see the set. Wait till you see how it looks, man.
They've been teasing us.
I know.
They've been teasing
I was there
us.
yesterday. I got a chance to take it all in yesterday and get a look around the GPB studios. It's I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. I think it's going to be what I've talked about from the beginning is if the Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, if that style of show never went away, what would it look like today? And that's when you see it, you're going to understand what I'm talking about.
I cannot wait as you look to take on Tim Storm. You guys have met before. I don't want to say that you're not unbothered, but you're pretty confident, Nick.
Hey, calm and dangerous. That's the way I handle everything. It's not cold. It's cool, calm, dangerous. Ultimately, I'm as prepared as I can be. He's as prepared as he can be. And there's when you get to a point where you know that you've done everything you can do, you don't need to be, all you're going to do is wear yourself out and exhaust yourself if you get too hyped up about it. You get too much in your own head. Like, I've done my work. My dues are paid in full. 10,000 hours, right? So what will be, and it will most likely end up with me being the world's champion. Can't guarantee it. Anyone who says that is lying. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen in a squared circle. But I know the way to maximize my chances of coming out on top.
I got two more questions because I know that we have other media here, but I've been following you and Camille for a minute. And at one time it was pretty rocky. How did you guys manage to...
I don't know if it was rocky. Her role is an insurance policy.
Okay.
That's what she does. So ultimately, there's risks that come with that job.
True.
Yeah?
True.
Like, you don't say to a police officer that found themselves in harm's way, like, hey, things have been a bit rocky for you lately. No, it's part of the job.
True. I think the misconception is that people think the relationships is not that sometimes.
No, the relationship is strictly business.
Right. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So she's just been doing her job.
Right. That's her role. That's what she's paid to do.
Literally.
Yes.
Good for your pocket. But the final question is December 14th, Atlanta. We have a pay-per-view coming for NWA. How are you feeling about that, man?
It's very cool, huh? I'm very, like I said up on the stage, I'm very glad to be a part of the return of the NWA to Atlanta. It's almost like a spiritual home for this brand and this company, and we've felt a great deal of affection from the fans in this area throughout the Southeast, and I feel like Atlanta really is like the sort of hub of the Southeast. It's kind of like the New York of the South, and so if you're going to be anywhere, let's be in Hotlanta and let's make it happen.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, I want to thank you once again. You are the champion in NWA. Sharp. Can't get enough, man. I'm about to step my game up. See you guys later. Tune in to NWA.